Yo, what is up guys? It is Yellowfin, and in this video, I am going to be going through my top 15 most wanted cars from the new update. Because there's a lot of cars, so I had to go top 15 again instead of top 10, because there are a lot that I would really like to have. So let's just jump right into it and start with the number 15 pick, which is a Alfa Romeo. Now this one is more of a, I just want it because it looks like a pretty solid car, and it's also pretty cool looking, and it's got a niche. So the car that is a part of is the Alfa Romeo Sprint 6C. 6.50 to 60, but that 86 handling really stands out. It's an 80s car too. It's got the gold rims as well, which I really like. Concept car, RQ46, lightweight as well. This is just a pretty cool one that I would like to collect. That's why it's in the number 15 spot though, and not higher up ranked. 14th place, we are going to be sticking with the Alfa Romeo theme, which is going to be one of a car that I would like to own in the future. It is the Alfa Romeo Spider Quadrifoglio Verde. Now this isn't the version. I mean, this is kind of pretty much the version I'd like to own in the future. As like a sort of fun project car would be the Alfa Romeo Spider 1980s model, because they're actually relatively cheap. And so that's really the only reason that I have it on this list as the number 14 pick then. It's going to max out at 83 handling, so it's honestly not a bad uncommon as well. But really it's more just because I'd like to buy one in the future. Only reason it's really on the list. Then in 13th place, it's still another Alfa Romeo. We have the heavy hitter, ultra rare, the 4C Spider. This one is a pretty solid ultra rare, and that's pretty much the only reason I have it on this list. I do like the 4C Spider, and it is a cheaper 4C to collect and max out, but really it's just because it's one of the highest heavy hitting ultra rares in this new update, which is why then I'd really like to get it. In 12th place, 12th place, we are still sticking with Alfa Romeo. Don't worry, it's going to switch it up. There's not going to be all Alfa Romeos. It is this, the Alfasud Sprint Trofeo. This thing just looks really sick. It's a race car, 7.10 to 60, 82 handling. It's similar to the other concept car, but this one's actually a motorsport car. Slick tires, low ground clearance, 855 weight. It's a rare as well, which is kind of interesting. I bet this will be a pretty solid clubs car, front wheel drive too, which I'm really excited about. I would just really like to get this car a lot and be able to use it in front wheel drive club events. Then we are moving on to a new brand now for the 11th pick, which is an epic. It is the right here, RS3 Sportback. I really just like the color on this car, honestly. That's really one of the only reasons, but it's also medium ground. Oh, it's not, it's low. Could have sworn it was medium ground clearance, but it's low. That's fine as well. But I'd still like to get it. 78 RQ, 3.885, not too bad. Similar stats to my TTRS plus coupe. So really, I just like to get it for those reasons. It's a hatchback as well, so it will improve my hatchback collection too. It's actually a hatchback that I like the look of. I don't really like too many hatchbacks, but I also do like a lot of hatchbacks, mainly newer hatchbacks. I don't really like the look of them, but this one, I do like how it looks. The RS3 Sportback is my number 11 pick, and I would really hope to end up getting it from a pack. In 10th place, we go back to Alfa Romeo. And this is one you'd probably not expect to be on the wish list because it seems like it's a really bad car, but it's actually not. This thing is insane. The Alfa Romeo Isima from Switzerland, 1990s, 4.582, and you're like, oh, those are really bad stats compared to like the 4C Spider or something, and it's only got 5 better top speed. But this thing has 112 MRA. That's insane, and I really want it, because that would just be such a fun car to have in the garage. 4.50 to 60, 112 MRA on it. I'd totally 332 it. It would just be such a sleeper to have. Like, no one would expect it, really. And then it just shoots away and just flies off. It doesn't have that high of top speed, but still, it's just such a funny thing to have on this car that I just really want to get it now. So, that is the number 10 pick. Then we're sticking to Alfa, the Alfa Romeo theme. Of course, this had to be on the wish list. At number 9 is the Giulietta TCR. 101 handling, front-wheel drive beast. I don't really care too much for the car in general, but as a avid clubs player that plays it all the time, this is necessary. I pretty much do need to get this. 101 handling on it, 90 MRA as well. It's just an insane car, so I really hope to end up getting it in the future. Hopefully in one of these pack openings I do. Definitely like and subscribe. Definitely hit that subscribe button as well, the bell, and join the Discord server, link in description, so you will not miss out when those videos come out. But very happy would be, not, I haven't gotten it yet, would be very happy if I got the Giulietta TCR. In 8th place now, it's one of my dream cars. It's one of my old dream cars, actually. It's not my dream car currently, my number one like dream car that I want the most, but it is one of the models. One of the models of one of my previous dream cars, the Audi R8 Spider. From 2011, it's just another Audi R8. Really, it was just my favorite one from this update, so this was the one I picked to add to the wish list. There's a lot of other ones as well. Really what I was between was that and the LMS GT3, but I didn't really want to wishlist another legendary. I've already got 2 legendaries wishlisted on this list. So just we can pretend they're kind of tied. It's a two-way tie. The R8 LMS GT3 just because it's amazing. I love the R8 and it's an insanely good car. But in a more realistic sense, the R8 Spider is probably a bit of an easier one to get, and I would also be equally as happy with pulling this one. Same thing as why I have the other R8 right here wishlisted from the previous update as well. Still haven't gotten it yet though. Then we move on to 7th place, which is another Audi. This is another car that, I mean, if I ended up with one in the future, that would be kind of cool. But the Audi Allroad, definitely not in the dream car tier list, but it's more of a realistic car that I could get in game. And so I'd really like to pull the Audi Allroad. I do just like the way this car looks in general as well. Estate, off-roader, lifted and stuff, medium. Oh, this one's actually high ground clearance. I gotta memorize all these ground clearances on these cars. Estate though, it's just a pretty sweet looking car, especially I do like the more 90s model ones, but 2000 is pretty much close enough to 90s. It's just the next phase of it, and it still remains its boxy sort of look, which I do like a lot. So that is my 7th place. 6th place, we are dropping down to a super rare and finally moving on over to Porsche, which is going to be, I'm sure you guys have probably already guessed it, the Porsche Taycan. This thing's just insane. I really like the Porsche Taycan in general, but to be able to get, it's more of an obtainable Porsche Taycan. The other ones are epic and legendary. This one's a super rare. So I'm really happy to see this one added to the game because I can actually get one pretty easily then. It definitely, I know that I will have the Porsche Taycan in my garage in the future. So I'm really happy to see that, and that is why it's the 5th, actually, no, it's the 6th car on this list. It's a more realistic one, but it's also one that I do like a lot, so I'd be really happy to end up pulling that. 5th place, we are still in Porsche, sliding on over to Epic territory. It's one I said on my Discord server when I revealed it that this was being instant wishlisted. 911 RSR 3.8. Absolute beauty. 3.7, 92 slick tires, 77 RQ. It's just the 911 GT3 Touring, which I also have wishlisted, but with slick tires and from the 90s. So it's just, I'd be so happy to get that. It would be instantly maxed out immediately. 3.0 102 or 3.1 102. I think that's 3.1 is what this maxed out at, I believe. So 3.1 102 for a 90s car. That would be a game changer to have in my garage. So I would love to pull that. Motorsport car as well, which is pretty sweet. So that's the 5th spot. 4th spot, we're sliding back on over to Audi. It is a legendary, the first legendary on this list, the A5 DTM. 3.4, 95 rear-wheel drive slick tires. Really that 95 and just the A5 DTM as well, just the looks of it, are the reasons it's on this number 4 spot on this list. The 95 handling, that maxed out at 105 at 233, which will be crazy. That'll be really useful then. And it's just another legendary that it's one of them that I actually consider maxing out. Like when I wish list legendaries, it's ones I'd actually consider maxing out and I'd be super happy with getting. Like where it's like, I really am tempted to max this car out later in the future. So I just had to throw this one on the wish list then. I would totally max this car out. 3.495 lower RQ legendary, so 89 RQ. Not too bad. The slower 0 to 60 as well. It just seems more realistic when using it in an event or something. You'll have more opportunities to be able to use it. 2012 car as well, German. I'd just be so happy to get it. 3rd place, we're going back to Alfa Romeo. Yep, this is another front-wheel drive car. It is this one, the 156 GTA Super 2000. It's just a non-prize car, front-wheel drive, epic, slick tire race car. Another just amazing clubs car, plus this one's just super cool looking. It's got the 2000 style livery on it, just the 2000 style looking race car. It's just perfect. The picture is amazing as well. The placement, it's pretty much the best they could do. Could have extended and maybe made the roof not be cropped off a tiny bit, but they don't need to do that, really. This picture is perfect. It is amazing. Livery is amazing on it. The stats are amazing. Front wheel drive is amazing. It's just perfect. I'd max that out instantly right once I got it. I'd be so happy if I pulled it. So that's why it's got the number 3 spot. Number 2 spot, we're moving right on over to the Giulia GTA M. Same thing as the other one. It's just got insane stats, beautiful looking car, 2021, epic, 3.4, 89. I don't even know what that would max out at. Probably like 2.899, something like that. Or 2.9 maybe. 2.9 seems a bit more realistic, but still. Those are incredible stats for an epic. 2.999. That would just be an absolute game changer to have. So, I would honestly love to pull this car as well. I'd be so happy if I pulled it. Like, that's the thing. This update has so many new cars that I would just be overjoyed to pull. This would be one of them, the Alfa Romeo Giulia. So, 2 absolutely insane Alfa Romeos I would love to have. And number 1, we are moving on to the final legendary, my second most wanted car in the game behind the Mercedes-Benz E55 AMG. It is from the brand Pagani, and it is the HP Barchetta. Now this thing, I just love this car so much. It's got no roof, at least I believe it doesn't have a roof at all. Yeah, it's a Roadster, no roof. Just beautiful Pagani. It's a Zonda. This is probably my favorite Pagani is the Zonda. It's just amazing, and it was one of the cars that got me into liking cars so much. I got one of those magazines that has like all those cars for sale on it, and it was one of like the exotic ones where it's like the company that's selling all the different exotic cars. And I was just blown away that this car was $17 million. I thought it had to be a typo. There's no way that a car could be $17 million, but it was, and this car just stuck with me. Like, I just love this car so much. I had to check the car list. I didn't want to spoil myself the new update. I had to check the car list when the, whatever it was called was dropped. The notes, like the patch notes and the car corrections and stuff like that. They also had the car's list on there. I just had to check if the HP Barchetta was, and I was so excited to see that it was added in the new update. So that's just number 1 wish list, second most wanted car in the game, instant maxed out if I got it. This thing is top of the tier list, just perfect. I would be so happy. Like, I'd run around the room and like scream and stuff like that. It would be one of those crazy insane reactions. I don't have them too often. Really, my top tier reaction was when I pulled the Lancia 2, LC2, from that when I won it in the finals, but this would be an absolute incredible reaction if I pulled it. It would just be absolutely insane. But that is it for my wish list. Hopefully we can get some of them, especially the HP Barchetta. If I got that, that would be absolutely insane. But that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe. Definitely subscribe and join the Discord server, link in the description, so you do not miss out on the 2 500k pack openings coming up for this new update. 500k first on Italy pack premium packs that'll be released tomorrow, and then 500k on German premium packs that'll probably be released the next day or probably the day after that. We will honestly have to see, depending on how quickly I can save up cash in clubs. But that is going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this type of content, I already said that. I'm Yellowfin, thanks for watching, and goodbye.